Greetings, everybody. As you guys know, this is Sandra Black. My spiritual name is Rathbat Shem. I like to bring truth and expose the unknown type situations that are going on Earth. Since I've been finding it very difficult to get anyone to listen to me, I have decided that what I need is divine intervention. So what I started was a 41-day Muslim fast, which is where you go we went from 5 to 6 with no food, no water. And you break with whatever you want to eat from 6 back until the 5 in the morning. That was for 41 days. And I still haven't got my spiritual gifts. I don't know if you guys remembered when I asked for prayers on Facebook. This was at the beginning of that fast. And that was 41 days. I still haven't received the gifts that I am seeking, because I see that mankind is so far gone that unless you are able to show them God's power, they're not going to listen to you. And I know that if I'm able to heal, if I'm able to manufacture money, that's the only thing that human beings think of today, which is so sad. I feel so sorry for human beings, because it's too bad that that's the only thing you think of, because there's so much beauty, so much wonder in the world, but all we can think about is how to get the mighty dollar. So and then maybe the world just needs to be destroyed, and I need to let go of it and let you guys all just destroy yourselves as you're doing. And whatever the case may be, the beautiful thing is, if I get the power that was bestowed upon Enoch and Elijah, and I am in the flesh, I can come here and help people to change. So that's the reason why I am now entering my 15th day of absolutely no food. Feeling pretty good, to have had absolutely nothing to chew. I started out with a cleanse fast, and that was for 3 days of a gallon of water, some apple juice, and lemon, and olive oil. That cleans you out good. So I didn't have the detoxing suffering that people go through. And I felt pretty healthy. I did exercises to keep my muscles built up really good. Strength. I was jogging and running and doing everything on the Muslim fast. But on this fast, I am only doing strength building, like, setups, push-ups and squats, very slow squats, or just sitting in a squat for long periods of time. So now that's all done. And so now I am entering the serious zone, because on the fast with strict water for 15 days, I did have a vitamin. And I felt pretty good all the way through the 15 days. Now I'm going to do 7 days, no food, no water, no nothing. So, as I said, I started the fast on the 17th for the 15 days with strictly water. And I felt pretty good. No problems, no throwing up. I think I got a cramp every couple of 2 or 3 days up in there. And I was like, now, I rebuke this. And And I don't know if it's all just like a dream or what, but I feel pretty blessed, feel pretty good. And I'm just wanting to share this with everybody, that I'm going to get the powers that I need to make what we need to see happen in the world and in my life, because I never give up. Even though I let go, I do let go. I let go of having a job that I should have been, it should have been my right to be able to work in peace and harmony. But after 3 jobs, and I worked to get my degree as a chemical engineer, and I was pretty much tortured through 2 of the jobs, which was like roughly 9 years of the time. One job I had was decent, where every day was decent work for like 1 year, and then a white secretary was hired, and she tried to take over the operations management position, which was my work. And I guess she was maybe sleeping with the boss or whatever. So even though I had all kind of pay raises, and I had evolved the company into really doing very well, having excellent personnel, production, and everything was going good until she came in, and with her wanting to take the job, my boss fired me, and didn't want to pay unemployment. But because I had only had pay raises the whole time I was there, which was only a year, and I think I had like 3 pay raises, so like every 3 months or so, it was just a quarter an hour raise here, you know. And he was underpaid. I was seriously underpaid. I mean, that's our way of life, that we get the underpayments if we want to work. But my mindset was get the knowledge, because it was so powerful with how I was given the opportunity to run the whole company, you know, from input to output, the production. It was a injection molding company. And I got experience on tool and die. I got experience on how to make small plastic parts, and controlling the process of input and output. It was a wonderful job. I loved it. But unfortunately, you know, these are the kind of things that happen. You know, when she got hired, I was just fired. And then how evil to say that I was no good. He tried to block me from getting my unemployment insurance, which they said he couldn't do anything at all because of the fact that, how can you say I was no good and you gave me all of these pay raises all the year long until she comes, and then I'm out the door. So, and then the bad part about that was human relations turns around and lets the guy go, because the guy comes in and says that he is going bankrupt, and that he's such a good guy that he just wants this case not on his name. So he was going to give me what they called a nuisance pay. And so not EEOC, Human Rights Commission, that I had filed a complaint with against this company, advised me, these are the people that were supposed to be representing me, that I was going to get 0 or take the $2,000 nuisance pay. In the end, this guy had lied, and he's still right there today making the same millions of dollars that he was making. And this is the kind of thing that happens to people with no power, no voice, you know. So he gets to get away with firing me. And that wasn't really a black thing on that situation. It was more of a sexual, you know, she had something that she was going to provide to him that I didn't have. But the other jobs, my very first job, definitely, it was black, female, major. It was the worst. And then the one at the end where I lasted over 7 years, that one was just so, it was every day was a torture. When you're hired and told pretty much, nigga, we never wanted you in here. Okay? I mean, told to my face, we never wanted you. So how did I get in? Because they have certain rules where you have to let a black person in the door, but you don't have to treat them decent. You can treat them like crap all day long. And I'm telling you, there is no EEOC that's going to stop it. There is no discrimination laws that are going to stop it. You live suffering or you get out. And so I got out of that. I let go. And then the same thing with my mother. I let go. And I think my life has just been an experience of this, because if somebody who can go and get a chemical engineering degree from Tuskegee University and cannot survive, and the point is that you do know that this degree is and especially I've got talking skills. Never had a problem getting a job. I mean, at the worst, you might wait a little bit, a month or 2 months. Not this thing like people going for years and years without a job because either their profession is not much in demand, or either their skills and their talking skills are not good enough to land them to land the job. See, that was never my problem. Landing the job was simple, piece of cake. Doing my work and my profession, perfect, no problem. I've always excelled, and so what I realize is that my life proves what white America, on average, either ignores or denies, that it is by far harder for a black person to make it in the American system. And so to say that that's not racism, what the hell is it? To say that I can go get an engineering degree, I never have a problem getting a job. I never have a problem doing my job, excelling at my job, at my work, my skills, my profession, everything is, no problem at all. But to be treated like a human being, problems. So can you just live, shit it on your head? And you know what? Black people back in the day, they did. That's the reason why it's so deep. Yeah, men of honor. He lived through that crap all of his life, and I lived through it for 10 years of mine. But there comes a time when you say enough is enough. I'm not taking it anymore. And I reached that, and I went out on disability, never regretted it. I've had white people tell me, I'm like, oh my God, you've never lived in my shoes, but you know that you just didn't try hard enough. Same thing with my mom. I'm a fighter. I kick ass. I don't play. When I'm done wrong, you messed with the wrong person to do wrong. So I stay in there and I fight and I fight and I fight until I realize, wait a minute, this fight is like an impossibility. It's like when you have 7 billion people on the planet all chasing crumbs that are left over from the elite, and all of this 7 billion is saying, I'm going to be the one to get all the crumbs. I'm going to be the one to get all the crumbs. Do you realize that that's impossible? That everybody who says that they're going to fight to get the crumbs, not even just a part of the pie, but the crumbs that are left from the pie. And these 7 billion are all fighting for the crumbs. So that's what brought me to where I am today. I am dealing with people who do not see the reality and the severity of the situation, and they're not going to. So we need divine intervention. And that's the reason why now I'm entering the critical stage of my fast. I will be doing 7 days, no food, no water, and I'll report to you after my 7 days. I don't know what I'm going to look like after the 7 days of this. You guys have a blessed day, and do prayers for me. Thank you, and peace and blessings.